Hey everyone, this is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, and welcome to CE on TV, Story Time with Dr. Nacho. One of my favorite sayings is do the work while you're doing the work. So here I am with my moderator, 18-month-old, she's asleep, on a socially distanced walk around Washington Square Park in Philadelphia. So I thought I'd make a video for you guys to explain what we're gonna learn on this episode of CE on TV, and where do we get inspiration and motivation to connect with and motivate the people in our lives. And here's a place where I get it. Washington Square Park here in Philadelphia. I come here a lot with my daughters, my family, myself. I think it's an awesome place to just think, remember that a person like George Washington had to lead a lot of people who probably did not want to do what he wanted to do to be successful. Imagine trying to convince a bunch of people to row across the Delaware in freezing conditions on the biggest holiday of the year. I am sure he got some complaints. I'm sure he got some objections. How did he overcome them? How do we do that in our dental offices? And that's what I want to talk about tonight on CE on TV. The importance of connecting with patients as people. First, as well as choosing the words you use carefully, is key to success. Like bonding, communication systems can be created for you to use with your patients, your team, and even yourself. One of my favorite sayings, everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. We'll also talk about the challenges and how to overcome them in the world of practice transitions, which fits into this topic of finding a job, hiring an associate, buying a practice, or selling your practice. We want to develop repeatable word systems to streamline the challenging nature of patient communication. Examine the current state of the dental transition field. What is going on with buying practices, selling practices? What's the job market like? Review simple strategies to improve practice revenue and focus on the power of video. Right now I'm using Loom. I'm doing the work while I'm doing the work to create a video for you, but also show you how powerful video can be, how interesting it can be to listen to someone's voice as you see a video. Movement video. This can be for patient testimonials, training videos, and also one of my favorite phrases, BTL, bring to life. Bring yourself to life. Do a 60-second video resume that you can send to anyone to find a job, hire an associate, buy a practice, sell a practice, as well as make scripts and talking points for your team, like how to manage insurance and common patient objections, which we'll talk about. And we're going to explore how to implement larger treatment plans. Years ago when I was teaching residents, I said the future of dentistry is doing more work on fewer people. More work on fewer people, and I think that is very appropriate for this time we're going through now. We are going to have fewer patients in our dental offices, patients that may be afraid or worried about the safety of our offices. They may be afraid or worried about spending money. This is normal. Is it fear or is it responsible concern? How can we develop systems? Like I said, everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters, and always be explaining your why to people, and people are patients, your team, and yourself. So I'm super excited to share this with you. When you're watching a presentation, whether it's 10 minutes or 10 hours, I think it's a great tool to create an RTT list. What's an RTT list? A Remember These Things list. The Checklist Manifesto by Dr. Atul Gawande is an amazing book. It's how to remember things, how to get people on the same page. How are you going to remember things from tonight? Like one of my phrases that you can use with your team, everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. Always be explaining your why. Here's a good one. When someone asks you a weird and awkward question, a question you don't know the answer to give yourself some time to think, say, that's a good question. I would want to know that too. Someone probably went up to George Washington and said, are you cray-cray, man? We're going to row across the Delaware? How's that going to work? Maybe he said, that's a good question. I would want to know that too. The way it works is we're going to surprise our enemy. That's how you manage word systems. That's how you create systems, just like bonding for the things you say, which are so powerful. Because before we get started, I will leave you with this. Your ability to connect with and motivate people will determine your success in life.